Well, it was time to leave Woodenbong and head across the road to the Pit Stop Cafe for a egg and bacon roll. Yeah, quite a cute little cafe actually, done in retro sort of styling. We rode out of Woodenbong and headed west along Mount Lindsay Road and then turned right onto Mount Cooney Road, which is the blue track on the map, and headed up through the Corilla National Park. Got through that, and then we decided to head to Ipswich to pick up some STD cards because all our STD cards were full. So we picked up some new STD cards at Officeworks, and then headed out of Ipswich up to Fernvale, to Esk, and then into Nanango.
Looks alright so far. Go right here. We don't want to go to Spring Falls, do we? We're going to Bruno.
This was a good part of the track. Again, starting from the top of a mountain, we were just curving our way down and down and down to the valley floor. Great riding. Africa Twins loved it.
Boom, boom, there's a knock at the door, but don't freeze in your tracks. It's that chance that you've been waiting for. It's the light coming through the crack. When life shows an open door, come on, step through. A chance like the purest gold. Come on, come on. When life shows an open road, you know you should ride. Forget what you've been told and ride this open road. This open road. This open road. Further away. Don't lose sight like those times before. This is now today. When life shows an open door, a chance like the purest gold. When life is an open road, forget what you've been told and ride this open road.
We came out of Ipswich and rode up the Brisbane Valley Highway, past the Woodenbong Dam, which is Brisbane's main water supply, and then on to Fernvale, then to Esk, and then into Nanango. Riding into Nanango, it's quite a nice little town really, well serviced. There's 3 or 4 pubs there, there's a nice cafe where we can have breakfast. The caravan park is very good. to the Nanango Homestead Caravan Park. It was pretty reasonably priced actually. It was $130 for a cabin, which was $65 each. So we decided to stay here for 3 nights. We had a bit of a rest day, and we marked out a track north of Nanango that we rode. We rode our bikes out onto the Nanango track that we marked out. To be honest, it wasn't as spectacular as some of the tracks that we'd been on earlier. Yeah, maybe we're getting a bit spoiled, but it was quite a dry area. We rode through the two small towns of Murgon and Chursburg. Just outside of Chursburg, we'd marked out a track, but it was a pretty rough track. It was washed out in a lot of places and pretty rocky inclines. Not a really good track to be up in between. Continued along the track and come close to Wondai, and then headed down the dusty track towards Nanango. finished riding our track, which is the red track on the map. We called it the Nanango track. So the next day we packed up our gear and we were leaving Nanango. And really at this point in time we were now heading west. We were on our way home. So we marked out a track in the Bunya Mountains to check out. And that's on the purple track. And then we'd be heading to St. George for the night. We arrived in the Bunya Mountains and surprise, surprise, it was very lush, green and subtropical. Really beautiful area as we rode along good roads through the Bunya Mountain National Park. We pulled into the camping area at the Bunya Mountains National Park and it was very well serviced. Beautiful lawns, toilet facilities, barbecue facilities, and that camping, there was a couple of guys camping there. So we continued on through this beautiful forest and then onto the open road to head to St. George. So it was back onto the blacktop and heading west towards Dalby. Came into Dalby and quite a large town really, I've never been here before, and found a service station, pulled in there, pulled the bikes up and had a bite to eat, and then continued on towards our destination for the night, St. George. We rode along the Moonee Highway and eventually ended up in Moonee itself, which is a very tiny town. Had a really good service station there. It had everything in it. They had a petrol station, they had a restaurant, they had a bar, they had takeaway, they had takeaway beer, and they had a really good store of clothing as well. So it was quite a well thought out service station. But Moonee is famous for its pig shooting. They reckon it's the pig shooting capital of Australia. So there's a lot of pigs around this area, wild pigs. So a lot of guys come up here for shooting. But inside the service station itself, there were some impressive looking pig trophies in there. We finally arrived in St. George and we made our way to the caravan park. We'd booked 2 cabins, so we had a cabin each. We got cleaned up, headed out to the pub, had a nice cold beer and a counter meal, and it was quiz night. Tomorrow we'd be heading out on the road for Cunnamulla.